What's going on, guys? It's your boy Panda here, and I wanted to do something a little bit different here on the channel because we've been talking so much regarding XDefiant and its release date, this, that, and the other when it comes to just when it's coming out. But we haven't really made a video on what to expect with XDefiant in its launch, and maybe you're someone who just typed in XDefiant on YouTube and we're looking for a video to kind of give you an idea of what is to come, since we don't have a lot of details regarding the game of a release date and such of that. But I want to give you guys just kind of everything that we know as of now leading up to its launch, because there's a ton of information and the reason why XDefiant was being so hyped up during its beta. Real quick before we go any further, if you guys are looking for another way to support me, you guys can use my code PANDA, P-A-N-D-U-H, at checkout at gfuel.com to save up to 30% off your next order. If you guys have never had G Fuel before, it's zero sugar, no crash, no jitters, clean energy. I use it every day in my daily life, from editing to recording to going to the gym to getting up in the morning. It's my pick-me-up when I get up, need a little bit of caffeine, it hits the spot perfectly. If you guys have never had G Fuel before, I recommend picking up a starter kit, or if you're looking to get a tub, I would say Bahama Mama, Hype Sauce, Hibiscus Tea. Those are some of my top ones, and you can never go wrong with Fruit Punch. So if you guys get anything from G Fuel, tweet it at me, and I will give you guys a shout out on it, and maybe we'll do a giveaway here in the future. But enjoy the video, guys. So first things first, what is XDefiant? XDefiant is that of a free-to-play first-person shooter that is an arcade-style shooter, and it's set in the Ubisoft universe. So you're going to be getting everything from Far Cry to Tom Clancy's Division to Watch Dogs, and that's everything from the top to bottom. Characters, weapons, maps, everything progressible will be from that Ubisoft universe. And XDefiant will be 100% free-to-play and cross-platform. So from everything from PC to Xbox to PlayStation, XDefiant will be playable on it, as well as last-gen consoles will be getting it later in the year. We don't have a confirmed date on that yet, but if you're on Xbox One or PS4, you will be getting XDefiant. Heading down those lines of cross-platform leads to a lot of people's questions of mouse and keyboard versus controller. And there will be input-based matchmaking in XDefiant, which will allow you to select if you'd rather play with just your user type, such as if you're a controller player, to strictly stick with controller players, and if you're a keyboard and mouse player, to strictly stick with that. But you'll be able to opt in to do either or, and if you want to play with everyone, that'll be available as well. Going along with matchmaking, we have that of skill-based matchmaking. Now, if you don't know what skill-based matchmaking is, that's fine. It's something that's implemented into most multiplayer games to allow players to play against people of their skill level, and sometimes gets blown way out of proportion. When you're playing with groups of friends, you don't want to be going on a sweaty spree against players who are trying their ass off like it's a championship match. But XDefiant has vowed that they will not have skill-based matchmaking inside the game, and they've taken even a step further by allowing to have a boot camp mode later after launch that allows new players to level up, just like back in the day. If you've ever played Call of Duty World at War, there was like a boot camp, like an early session. You get into these lobbies with newer players to learn the game and move on from there. So now let's hop into the core fundamentals of the game, and that's the maps, the weapons, the factions, and everything from there. At launch, we're going to have 14 maps, which 10 of them will be arena maps and 4 of them will be progression maps. Progression maps are those of capture an objective and the game continues going, don't capture objective and you lose. We're going to have 5 factions: the Cleaners, the Libertad, the Echelon, the Phantoms, and the unlockable faction, which is the DeadSec. We'll have 5 modes: arena modes and progression modes. There'll be 3 arena and 2 progression. Then we'll have 24 weapons at launch with 44 attachments and the ability to customize those weapons very in-depth. Now, when it comes to replayability, we're going to have a ton of replayability when it comes to new weapons, unlocking new camos, and grinding for that mastery side of things, with camo progression moving into the game as the game comes out, as well as a prestige mode coming. And that might be pretty, nostalgic for a lot of Call of Duty fans, but especially for myself, grinding out prestiges and pub stomping is something I grew up on. So being able to do that again in a video game sounds extremely enticing. So when it comes to long-term content, XDefiant already has their feet wet with the Year 1 roadmap. I'll put it on the screen now. It is coming in 4 different seasons spread out between 3 months of each, leading up to those 12 months total. And we're going to be getting 3 new weapons, 3 new maps, a 90-tier battle pass, and a new faction each season. We're also going to be getting new arena and progression modes, as well as a competitive mode later down the road. Player protection, so anti-cheat's going to be updated as we go to keep the game fair. And then comfort features, just as practice zones, beginners, the welcome list that I just mentioned, the boot camp, and I'm assuming bug fixes as we go. We also know that there will be no secondary modes coming with XDefiant. We have firm confirmability that they're not going to have a battle royale, they're not going to have a horde mode, they're going to have anything like that. They want this to be an arena-style shooter, which takes us to the next topic of they're leading the charge to bring back that pub-stomping style, classic arena-style shooter that we all came to love growing up. Myself and many of my friends included grew up on the old Call of Duties, and we have found a ton of fun thinking about reminiscing of the past, of all those times of us playing these crazy high kill pub stomping games. And, back in the day, Call of Duty used to say on Christmas Day, take it easy on the Christmas noobs. So one day we'll get to look forward to the XDefiant Christmas noobs and all the players that are starting to come out. And with the game being free to play, I feel like the broad range of players that it's going to come after is going to be huge. It's going to be a giant game, and I hope that it can succeed. And we've talked about that many times here on the channel, that we hope this game can coexist with the likings of Call of Duty, because they are very similar. But XDefiant has a lot of features that are looking forward to just being that classic feeling game. It's just a lot of features that we want back in video games, and that's something that they've hit the nail on the head. If you played the beta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if we get to the quick final part, is release date. We have no confirmed release date. Previous intentions were that of the end of summer, but also now we've had updates of this, submission process, and I can put tons of videos on that for you. If you've never seen it before, it's on my channel everywhere. Everyone's been talking about the submission process. We've heard everything from late September to the middle to the beginning of October, potentially the end of October at the latest. So XDefiant is here to come. It is coming soon, and we'll see when it does. And stay up to date on the channel. You'll know exactly when it does. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's something different. There's a lot of information out there regarding XDefiant. Maybe you guys need that little freshen up of what's coming and keep that hype growing on the game. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications bells so you guys never miss an upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces, boys.